So this, I'm hoping that we have live feed still. This bear is certainly adopting this beach as its own. It's in the same position, although it's actually walking, so there was a very brief sighting of a bear in the same beach that we saw one yesterday. It's walking away from the beach right now. It was deeper into the rocks. You may not have got a glance of it. We're going to head around Eskimo Point. Again, briefly we may lose feed, but I'm sure it's going to get back again. So stand by. But the bear is still out there. You can see it in the middle of the rocks. It's got clouds in the distance behind it, so it's right on the horizon. This little dot right now, though, it's quite far away, and it is literally at 4 o'clock. 8 o'clock. If the bow is 12.
Broke up.
Yeah, so we can see it walking the same direction as we're going. So yeah, looking for a cream object amongst these tanned coloured, rusty coloured rocks. There's only so close we can get because it's shallow waters, but looking for other polar bears. A polar bear! We've seen a polar bear 3 days in a row. We're very, very lucky. And this one is on the move. Quite often when you're looking for bears, it's really not just the cream body that catches your eye, but its movement against the horizon, especially when you're looking out on the tundra, when it's such flat terrain and there's many rocks and boulders the same color as polar bears. All you're looking for is that sudden catch of your eye of movement. That's how we find our Arctic fox, our red fox, even our snowy owls perched on the ground or on a rock. That's during bear season. When everything's covered in snow and you're looking for something white, like the fox, the Arctic fox, like the Arctic hare or snowy owl, you can only see it if they move. Bears stand out in the snow. They stand out because of their yellow hue on their coat, not pure white like we sometimes imagine. Much whiter during the winter when they're out on the ice and they're cleaning regularly. Usually when we see them in bear season, they're a little bit grubby. They've been forced on land for the whole summer, lying on the rocks and beaches and kelp. So they get definitely a darker coloration of their coat. So just rounding Eskimo Point now. Still see the port, so our antennas will be hopefully talking to each other. Now we might lose you just briefly as we lose sight of the port, but then the land lowers and we will have that port on our horizon again. So stay with us. If we lose you, hopefully we'll get you back.
High speed.
Oh, great. So I see a bear on the horizon, on the rocks, clouds in the background, right on the horizon at 11 o'clock from the ship's bow. It's got its snout in the air, sniffing north, its backside south. And there's another one sleeping. Gosh, good sighting, Aiden. We're just going to sneak into this one that's sleeping. So we're going to approach really slowly, quietly. I'm going to place this bear on the bow, not physically. Go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, I think you might want to come over here and
Copy that, thank you. So I've been called over to another bear. So I was going to sneak up and look at this one, but it might be something exciting happening. The fact that one of the Sea North guides called me over. That means something cool could be happening. Stand by for cool. It should be a sticker. Stand by for cool. So I'm seeing one bear, two bears, three bears. The third probably did not see, it was lying down. Okay, so now we've got a bear at approximately 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock from the bow, port bow. There's birds flying above it. Oh, there's two bears there. Or is there three bears? There's three bears, three polar bears in one little spot. Oh, and there's a bear running right below the birds on the green grass at literally 9 o'clock. And I bet you he's running because of the other bear that's coming over. So right now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bears. Oh my, this is unbelievable. So we've seen 7 bears with our naked eye, and this bear's running, and this is now above Aiden's head, the bear that's running. Oh my gosh, they're standing out in the rusty red rocks. That's beautiful. Oh, I hope we still have feed. We can see the port, so we should. Can you check, Aiden, for me to make sure? Thank you. Oh, that bear's really on the move, the one that's off the stern now, stern port. Stern quarter.
Haven't dropped yet. 5 and 11 views, support, work back, stop, mass, really nice to report views.
Yes, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm going to turn now. So I'm going to be turning the bow towards the bear. So the bear should be now in view. 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And there is a bear coming up from the left at about 8 o'clock from the port side of the boat. Thanks, Alex. There's more polar bears and belugas out here.
you know cute a beluga can?
Hello.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I pulled it on the corner. I'm like, holy bears. a good picnic. I do apologize.
Maybe all the birds.
Y'all seen the mix?
Oh my god, there's so many bears. Like when you look through binoculars, there's 1, 2, 3, they're all in the box.
Sorry, the wind keeps pushing me around, so I'm losing that bow on the bears. Okay, so we should have it now. We've got a bear at 12 o'clock, we've got a bear at 11:30, and a bear at 10, and there's some bears in the background as well. It's more bears than belugas out here today. There's a little bit of a breeze, and it's this mast acts like a sail. It really does. So I'm having to keep negotiating with the boat and the wind to try to keep the bow right onto the bears. Notice there's an Arctic tern just fussing over that bear, whether it's just trying to, whatever the bear is eating, it could be a piece of the beluga that was washed up here, which is why all of these numbers of bears have gathered in this one spot. It is because there was a carcass of a beluga whale that was found here, and of course bears have been foraging ever since, so it could be the last of the pieces of bone and skin, blubber, meat, and whether the tern wants a little piece, or maybe there's a nest nearby. There'll be terns nesting in these rocks, so you never know what that tern is fussing over that bear, but definitely dive bombing the head of the bear. Oh, beautiful. Bear's moving now. So from what I have seen through my binoculars, these are the two that we've been seeing, both males, both male polar bears. Just great condition. What an extra feed for them. So certainly something the bears could do with. Finding a carcass is a bonus for these bears. They're not usually feeding on something so large and beneficial at this time of year. There's another bear to the right. I wonder if everybody sees the bear that's head that pokes up every now and again, and there's another head poking up on the left, the far left. So this bear that we're seeing nice and clearly is really obvious. But see the position of the bear's head? It's looking a little bit submissive now. It's because we're drifting a little bit closer. Definitely knows we're here. Definitely has eye contact on us. I'm just going to do a little turn around and slowly start heading back. We'll just do one last look at this lovely bear that's now curled up on the rocks. So this bear is now at our 3 o'clock. Nice work on the surface camera. You've had to work as my boat spins around, so nicely done. Oh, yeah, the wind just keeps pushing me around. Oh, and there's the bear, just sticking its head up ever so slightly. Oh, beautiful. Wow, what a treat. That bear still has its eyes on us. They've got such a good sense of smell. And their eyesight is, from what is known, is as good as ours. A lot of myths about poor eyesight that bears have. It's not quite true. It's something we misunderstood. Now we know that their eyesight is supposed to be very near to our eyesight. It's so lovely to enjoy these bears and then leave them in peace. So let's keep an eye out for the other bears that were in this area. Gosh, we saw 7 in total with our naked eye, and some of them were just a little glance of a head. Gosh, polar bears 3 days in a row. We're lucky, Aiden. We're so darn lucky. It's a busy landscape out here, busy peninsula, terns everywhere. I'm assuming there's lots of nesting sites here for the Arctic terns. They do nest on the ground amongst the peninsula here. Oh, nice! Well, what an adventure that was. We saw 7 polar bears, and perhaps viewers from your living room, you probably saw maybe 3 on your screen, maybe 4 if you saw the first one walking. Quite a distance, so quite difficult. But obviously us sitting in the boat were seeing the full picture of the bears in the vicinity, and so we counted 7, which is kind of exciting, so exciting, especially that one that was very clearly visible on the rock, starting to wind down after a busy day of feasting, I hope. So there we go, some polar bears at Eskimo Point. And now right at the mouth, we're at the very entrance to the Churchill River. Hudson Bay is on the port side, and starboard side we have the Churchill River. We're right in that mouth, and there's some whales. We have beluga whales we can see between us and the sea north, so we just thought we'd stop and cruise slowly, put the underwater camera down and see. Oh, we've got one already following us right behind us. Sometimes we do not know, they just sneak from the depths of the sea, and